Shalom, shalom. It's your brother Rum. You're back with another lesson. Lord willing to be edifying. I want to start by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Muhammad Kakwadash, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. And shalom to the 144,000 men of the Lord you see on the highways and byways prophesying the downfall of Babylon the Great. And also prophesying in the name of the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, in the correct doctrine. Also, want to say shalom to the 1/3 men, women, and children that will escape the judgment of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai by their faith. I got my bun with me. We're here to do another lesson. And as you've seen, the stock market crashing, things are getting heated up worldwide, man, because it's a civil unrest you see in Europe, in Venezuela, and several other places, man. So we're going to bring out a lesson going to the times that we're headed into, man, the times of Jacob's trouble, and also the crash of Babylon the Great, man. This place is finna be on fire. This place is finna be out of commission, man, because they're ushering in the new system. This is the linchpin to the new system. If you're not paying attention and believing and having faith in Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai in these times, you're gonna be left out there, man. So we're gonna get right into it. Now, I'll put this up. And now it won't play. Let me get out of it and then come right back to it. Let me see. There we go.
We are so beyond fucked. Here comes World War III. And even if you're not invested in the stock market,
So like, let me run it back.
we are so beyond fucked. Here comes World War III. And even if you're not invested in the stock market or the economy, you need to watch this. So what you're looking at here is a picture of all the stocks on Friday, August 2nd. You notice anything? Just everything being red, except for T-Mobile. T-Mobile did pretty good. Oh yeah, but it's gotten way worse over the weekend. I'm recording this on Monday morning, but we have Nvidia, one of the best stocks in the entire world, down 11% this morning. Taiwan is having their worst day of the stock market in 57 years. Japan's stock market is having their worst day since 1987. Intel is down almost 10% over the last 5 days. Even the fucking CEO of Intel is tweeting prayers. On top of that, crypto saw an even crazier crash yesterday. In 5 minutes, Ethereum was down 21% and Bitcoin was down 11%. In the last 24 hours, Bitcoin is down 17% and Ethereum is down 23%. Oh, but it gets better. The best stock trader to ever live, Warren Buffett, knows something that we don't. Because his company, Berkshire Hathaway, has dumped more shares this quarter than they have in their entire history. And the amount of cash they have, meaning that's not invested in stocks, is at an all-time high. $277 billion, and they just sold Apple. But wait, there's still more. This is the Lockheed Martin stock, and they profit off of war. Over the last 5 days, while everything else is red, they're up 5%. Over the last month, they're almost up 20%. And over the past 6 months, they've been up 30%. So with this stock going up, and this lizard person selling almost every stock he owns, I would imagine that we are fucked.
Okay, we see the ball is rolling, man. The stock market crashing, and also these headlines I want to bring out. It says, update, markets are set to collapse tomorrow. Bitcoin and all cryptocurrencies are dropping right now. Bloodbath coming. So this is happening, man. And we're not making this up. And while everybody is getting pretty much prepared, Gen Z, what you gonna say? It says World War III is starting, financial markets are collapsing, and Gen Z is making dance videos on TikTok. So the nation is not prepared, man. Babylon the Great is not prepared. Their people are not prepared for what's coming, man. The Gen Z, all the generations are not prepared, man. Because once this thing starts to roll and collapse and people starting to see it, hyperinflation, World War III, they're going to lose it here in Babylon the Great. It says India, Ruby drops to its lowest value in history against the US dollar. See, things are spiraling out of control, man. And our people are clueless as this is happening. Japan's stock market experiences its worst decline since 1987, man. So we're not making this up, man. This is all the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. You see again, Japan's stock market suffers worst loss in history. So, man, you can't make this up, man. They're crashing everything because they're going to bring in the MOTB. Global stock markets plummet. Unprecedented crashes sends shockwaves worldwide, man. So this ain't in Babylon the Great, it's everywhere. And we're warning you through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, get ready and get prepared spiritually and mentally for what's coming. Because there's no turning back, there's no turning around, because once this war kicks off, there's no trucks and going to be going to your grocery stores. There's no more ships that's going to be coming from the other nations, because they're going to cut all the shipping route. All those nations that traded by sea are not going to be able to trade, man. And that's what we've been warning you of, man. Now you're seeing the things that are prophecies that we've been bringing out through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, starting with the apostles and elders and bishops of Great Millstone. We've been bringing them out through the spirit, and now you're seeing them come to pass, man.
Some major breaking news as US and Iran held a secret meeting about the war in Tehran after US officials flew secretly from Turkey to northern Iran to have a 2-hour showdown meeting. This is being reported by the Kuwaiti newspaper Al Jarida, and here's what happened and here's what you need to know. The meeting started off with the US officials letting their Iranian counterparts know that they had nothing to do with Ismail Haniyeh's assassination and that Israel went rogue. US officials then revealed to the Iranian delegation a part of Netanyahu's plan when Netanyahu visited Washington, and they say that Netanyahu had a plan for a major war in the Middle East that will end all the wars in the Middle East, and that all of the countries in the Middle East, including all of the Gulf states, all of the Arab countries, Turkey, and even African countries would be involved in this great war. And Netanyahu was able to get support from key decision makers and very powerful lobbies in the United States for his demonic plan by promising US companies reconstruction contracts in the Middle East after the war is over. And that got the US companies extremely excited, because these reconstruction companies contracts are worth hundreds of billions of dollars, if not $1 trillion. They also let the Iranian delegation know that while key decision makers in America support this demonic war, Washington was against it. As a sign of goodwill, the United States also gave Iran the list of the 10 Mossad agents that had infiltrated Iran and carried out, either directly or indirectly, the assassination of Ismail Haniyeh. US took away some sanctions from Iran and made other major concessions, which the newspaper article did not reveal. Israeli media are already saying that this secret meeting is collusion between the United States and Iran to oust Netanyahu.
So they're showing that Babylon is playing both sides of the fence, man, which is it's what you call that? It's strategic in war, man. They're playing both sides. They're in the ear of the Iranians, and no one is falling for the trap anymore, man. They're not falling for that trap anymore. And you can see because of the response that Iran gave them. Now I want to hit one scripture before I get to these other videos real quick. Now, you've been having these nations get prepared for war for many years, man. It just didn't start now. They've been putting this together for many years. And now they're saying that Benjamin Netanyahu came over and pretty much presented this war to the Congress, man. He presented this war to Congress, and they pretty much are going to feed into it, man, because it's all biblical prophecies, man. This is what is it? First Thessalonians, real quick, 5:3. Yea, you are all the children of light and the children of day. We are not of the night nor of darkness, man. So we know what's coming, man. We preparing through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. We prepared through the spirit. Let me hop up here to verse 3. It says, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction come up upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape." See, Babylon is not going to escape the judgment of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. They're not going to escape. But the Lord bless us with the spirit to understand what times we're in, man. He gave us a warning to let us know. He says, but ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that day shall take over you as a thief. Ye are all children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. See, the Lord has blessed us to understand what's coming on the earth, man. And we know the MOTB is their goal to get everyone chipped. And now, soon that we're not going to be able to speak about the MOTB. We're not going to be able to tell you what's coming and what it is and how they're going to do it. This is where your spirit of the Lord should come upon you for you to understand and know what is happening.
Am I the only person that sees what's happening right now? This behind me is absolutely nothing compared to everything that's happening in the Middle East right now. The Middle East is most likely where we're going to see U.S. troops versus Russian troops. Let me show you why, and I'll tell you how to prepare. By the way, everything in this video is my opinion. It's all my analyzation based on the news itself. Right now, the United States is sending 4,000 Marines to the Middle East, but we're also sending the Lincoln Carrier Strike Group to the Middle East, but not even 2 days ago after the Lebanon strike, I believe we sent 2,500 Navy members as well. So far, we've sent 7,000 additional members of our military to the Middle East. Now, remember, I told you this is not just Israel versus Iran, right? This is Israel versus Hamas, Hezbollah, Houthis, Yemen, Iran, Syria. Even Turkey is going to be sending troops to fight against Israel. Let me show you now where Russia comes into the situation. We have just caught Russia in the process of mass transportation of a whole bunch of weapons to Iran. But it's much worse. Iran's deployed Russia's most powerful jamming communication system in Iran. And remember a few months ago when the US was warning about space weapons in Russia? Now we're having major worries of EMPs from Iran or Russia. It gives me leave the world behind vibes. And for the last 2 days, all countries are warning their citizens to leave Tel Aviv. I believe Iran's supreme leader said it's going to be non-existent. The UK embassy is now calling on British nationals to depart and send them to Lebanon. Wake up, this is all of NATO versus all of BRICS. What Hezbollah is doing right now is nothing but a mere joke compared to what's about to happen. And if you're like, what's taking so long? They had 24 hours grieving of their political leaders. And don't forget, there's a non-stop flow of Russian military transport planes landing in Iran. I bet you they have a ton of military on those planes as well. Y'all, come on. Here we go. Wake up. Now quickly, how do we prepare? Now first, this is not financial advice. So BRICS called on the Middle East to tell them to stop using the US dollar, and all of a sudden we see that our stock market is crashing for 2 days straight. Which means, put your money in a safe place, please read between the lines. Now, of course, we had the preemptive selective draft letters go out, right? So if you have a real disability, if you have a real part of you that's messed up on why you can't, hurry up and get your doctor's note. There's no such thing as coincidences. Wake up again. Now, with problems with the petrodollar and problems in the Middle East, it means everything's going to become more expensive. Because everything needs gas for transport. So stock up on food, water, anything you think you may need. Finally, the most important part. Make sure you're ready with Jesus, because there is nothing saying they can't come over here right now. They, any member of BRICS. And whatever you do, do not forget about the worrisomeness of the Russian Veterans Calendar for this year, 2024, and their November page. Them at our capital. I've been showing you guys this all year. Anyways, get ready. Share the message to other people you know to get them ready. It's always better to be safe than sorry, so get prepared. Because either way, we are close.
We definitely close for something major to happen, man. And like I said, I'll be bringing these videos and having these videos to come out to just basically to land back all the scriptures just to prove to you that the scriptures are 100% true, which you should believe that already. But just to make sure that you can see it, the scriptures come to life. When we put these I put these videos with the scriptures, man, because you can see the scriptures coming to life, man, and it all leads to one thing, man. And she's gonna bring it out, man. Which we already know it, should know it, but this right here is gonna solidify what the scriptures have been, what we've been bringing out through the scriptures for many years, starting with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone on down, man.
I don't want to start 6 years. You know, people see me come and go, but they don't know where I come, where I go. What I do know is when I read the Bible, it does not lie to me. It says in the last days, leave the cities, go back out to the rural lands of the country, learn how to make your own food, because if you're attached to the system, they're gonna own you. What's this country gonna do when money doesn't work anymore? Because money is almost over. And that means there has to be another system of barter and trade. Chips are coming, microchips are coming.
What do you think is like when you say that's coming? What do you?
And that's what she's basically telling you what the scriptures are telling you. Starting with the men of the Lord been telling you through the Spirit. Now she's not in the truth or anything, but she knows this is coming. A new system has to be set up, and you're seeing right before your eyes this system being taken down. The old way, the old system is being taken down. They're wanting to put in the NWO, man, and they're going to put it in, man. And there's no turning back, there's no questioning it, and you don't want to get down with the system, they're going to put you to death. Now, we know through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the Lord is going to be with us. But if you've been lollygagging, pussyfooting around and not believing in this truth, you're going to be stuck out there, man. Your family is going to be stuck out there. Now, I'm going to put this back, I'm going to roll it back, because this is what we're waiting for. This is what is going to change the world as we know, forever.
Microchips are coming.
What do you think is like when you say that's coming? What do you feel?
I feel like this country is going to find out it was never a country at all. It was always a plan for another plan.
And there you have it. The plan is already in place. It's already rolling. And you think we was playing, man. When you didn't wake up and didn't seek the Lord while he may be found, you're going to be doomed, man. You're going to be doomed. Because we are here and prophecy is speaking. And the faith that you've been blessed to have is going to be tested. Now let's start here in Baruch. Let me get back to it. Let's start right here in Baruch. And I'm going to let you get this. Baruch 4 and 27. You want to get on your phone, or you want to get up here? Baruch 4 and 27 down to 37.
27 down to 37?
Uh-huh.
This is Baruch 4, verse 27. It says, "Be of good comfort, O my children, and cry unto Most High, for ye shall be remembered of him that brought these things upon you."
See that? So the Lord is going to remember us. And we're just trying to make sure we know the elect has to be sealed by now. If not, they still out there, but we know those days of preaching and prophesying is being very, very short, man. So the elect is sealed or very close to being sealed, because we're seeing things are changing and it's going into the way of the MOTB, which is the mark. Go ahead.
"For as it was your mind to go astray from Most High, so being returned, seek him 10 times more."
So that means going to the scriptures 10 times more than you usually do. Pray 10 times more than you usually do. Read and study 10 times more than you usually do. Seek the Lord, man, because this is the only way out of what's coming. This is the only way out. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is the only ticket out of here, man. Go ahead.
"For he that hath brought these plagues upon you shall bring you everlasting joy with your salvation.
Come on.
Take a good heart, O Jerusalem, for he that gave thee that name will comfort thee."
See that? So the Lord is going to comfort us, man. And we're just basically bringing this word out to let you know that you're not on your own. You're not by yourself. When the time of Jacob's trouble comes, when the time of all hell breaking loose, you're not on your own, man. You're not out here just winging it, because the Spirit of the Lord is going to be with us, man. The angels are going to have charge over us and guide us in the direction that the Lord will have us to go, man. So we want to start with this first, man, to let you know the Lord is going to be on your side, man. The Lord is with you. And you have to understand this, man, and believe it. Go ahead.
Miserable are they that afflicted thee and rejoice in thy fall.
See that? See, these nations, which is speaking of Babylon the Great, which also speak of the heathen nations, but focusing mostly on Babylon the Great, man. They afflicted us. They rejoiced at our fall. But now the tables are turning. Go ahead.
Miserable are the cities which thy children served. Miserable is she that received thy sons.
Babylon the Great. Go ahead.
For as she rejoiced at thy ruin and was glad of thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation.
See that? So they're going to be grieved for what they've done to us. These great miseries and plagues are coming up on Babylon the Great for the children of Israel, man. For what was done to us here in Babylon the Great. Go ahead.
For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude.
See that? So all the fun and having good times and all that's going to come to an end, man. Which is already coming to an end. But once these people find out their money is no longer their power, they're not able to go and buy things with their money. You're not able to go and party and bullshit. These people are going to lose it, man. Go ahead.
And her pride shall be turned into mourning.
See that? The pride of Babylon the Great is going to be turned into mourning. This place is all about pleasure. Everything you want to do, you can do. You want to get high. You want to commit adultery. You want to go and watch a porn show or whatever, man. It's all about pleasure. Whatever pleasure you seek, you in Babylon the Great, you can find it, man. You have easy access to it. Go ahead.
For fire shall come upon her from the everlasting, long to endure, and she shall be inhabited of devils for a great time.
And the Lord is finna bring that fire on Babylon the Great, man. And these devils you see them constantly, daily, man. These people are consumed with these devils and demons that's on them, man. I had a guy today. I pulled out, and he was trying to get in front of me so bad he was still in the same lane as he got in front of me. So these demons out here, man, as well, man. Go ahead.
O Jerusalem, look about thee towards the east, and behold the joy that cometh unto thee from Most High.
See that? So you need to pray to the east, face Jerusalem, because our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, is going to be coming from Jerusalem, man, as he takes down those armies and to rescue us from Babylon the Great. Go ahead.
Lo, thy sons
come.
Oh, slow again. Lo, thy sons come, whom thou sentest away, that come gathered together from the east to the west by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the glory of Most High.
See that we have all been gathered by the word of the Lord, man. The Lord has blessed us with this word, and we've been gathered on the four corners of the earth to be returned back to him. And that's the reason why we bring these lessons out, man, to bless you with the knowledge and wisdom and understanding that we was blessed with. And then I'm going to get this in a Good News translation in the Apocrypha. And I'm going to start this is 2nd Esdras 15. And I'm going to start at verse 40. It says, huge, powerful, angry storms, clouds will arise and ruin the whole world and its people. And terrible storms of fire, hail, and flashing swords will come sweeping down on those who have power and authority, man. So these people, these elite, they're finna come down, not knowing that the Lord is finna bring great judgment upon them. Their time has come to an end, man, of ruling. Every river will overflow into the fields of the floods, will diminish cities, walls, mountains, hills, forests, and crops. This destruction will press on until it reaches Babylon. See that? So now you're seeing civil war, civil unrest in these different nations. All hell breaking loose. You're seeing it, man. It's coming to Babylon the Great, man. And it's coming very soon. It's not going to be put off. This destruction will press on until it reaches Babylon and engulfs it in a raging storm of ruin. See that? This place is finna be ruined, man. Miserable are the cities that had us, man. The dust of the smoke will form a great cloud reaching to the sky. And all the neighboring cities will mourn for Babylon. Everyone who survives will become a slave to those who destroy the city. You, Asia, are to be pitied. You are doomed. You have enjoyed the splendor and the glory, and glory of Babylon. You have let me get it. Salakia.
Imitated.
I'm tripping. You have imitated her and pressed down and dressed up her daughters and looked like prostitutes to please and gratify your lovers who have always lusted for you. So you imitated, talking about Europe and Asia, those nations that thought Babylon the Great was the way to live, as your alphabet communities and the way they treated the so-called blacks and Hispanics. They did the same thing over in Asia, man. Because you have imitated that vile prostitute in everything she has done or planned. Power has this to say: I will send disasters upon you. And that's what's happening now, man, over in Asia. I will make you a widow and send poverty, famine, war, epidemics to destroy your homes and bring ruin and death. So all this is coming, man. So those nations that followed after Babylon the Great, they're going to get the same punishment, man. The power of which you boast will wither like a flower when the burning heat is set upon you. You will be a wretched, weak woman, so bruised and beaten and wounded that you will no longer attract your wealthy lovers, man. So the Lord has had enough of Babylon the Great, man. It's finished. In these nations that followed after her, is going to get judged as well, man. I would not punish you so severely, saith Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, if you had not murdered my chosen, but you took great delight in striking them. And when you were drunk, you boasted about killing them. Paint your face. You will be paid for your work as a prostitute. You will get what you have earned. I will pay you back, said Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, for what you have done to my chosen people. I will bring disaster on you. Woo! So the Lord is not playing, man. And this is what's coming to the nations for what they've done to us. You will be put to death, and your children will starve. Your cities will be torn down, and the people out of the country will be killed. Those in the mountains who will starve, their hungry and thirst will drive them to eat their own flesh and drink their own blood. See that? So you're gonna have a great famine. And those that think, well, these what they calling them preppers, we're gonna get out in the country and not be in the cities. You're gonna eat your own flesh. You're gonna drink your own blood, man. You will be more miserable than anyone has ever been. But there will be still more punishment to come. That's heavy, man. So when you think these simple judgments, oh, we got past that. No, more punishment is coming, man. More judgment is coming, man. More destruction is coming. The army that destroyed Babylon will march back through your city and devastate your peaceful city. They will destroy your beautiful country and leave most of it in ruins. Your country will be destroyed like straw in a fire. They will burn up all your forests and orchards. All over your land, your cities and mountains will be covered with ruins. See, everybody's going to get a taste of judgment, man. Your NATO, your EU countries, those that join under Babylon the Great, man, they're going to get all the ruins, man. All the judgment is coming to them, man. Your splendor will vanish. Your children will be carried off as prisoners, and they're going to be carried off to slavery, man, in the kingdom of heaven. Your possessions will be plundered. All the riches that you have are going to be taken away and destroyed, man. All that you have is going to be destroyed. And you're never going to rule or rise again. And that's the spirit that we're telling you, man. We're telling you through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua how your ruin and your end is coming. Let's get this real quick. Revelation 18 and start at verse 16. Because Babylon the Great has made all these nations drunk with the wine of her fornication. You gonna get on your phone or you gonna get right here? I got one. Go ahead. Revelation 18 and verse 16. Start here, 16.
This is Revelation 18, verse 16. It says, and saying, at last, that great city that was clothed in fine linen, in purple and scarlet, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company in the ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea stood afar off.
See that, and they're going to stand afar off because they're not going to be able to bring their goods here anymore. Go ahead.
And cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? And they cast dust on their heads, and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas and alas, that great city wherein that was made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness. For in 1 hour she is made desolate.
See that? In 1 hour this place is going to be destroyed, man. So you're seeing the build up to the destruction that's coming up on Babylon, man. All the nations that traded by sea, all the nations that got fine gold, and it tell you all these. The great city was decked with all these places. Everybody desired to come to Babylon the Great. Now you're going to see the destruction of Babylon the Great, man. This place is finished. And no one is going to comfort Babylon the Great, man. This place is not going to be healed. Let me get this. This is Ecclesiastes 12. And I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not. And that's what we bring out through the Spirit, man. Seek the Lord, man, for these evil days come. Nor the years draw nigh when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. While the sun or the night or the moon or the stars not be darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong man shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few. And that's what you're coming into, man. Nobody's going to have any money to go anywhere. Nobody's going to have any money to do anything, man. People are going to seek to have your food. They're going to see you come in the house with groceries, and they're going to seek those, man. They're going to seek to kill you to get your food, man, because they're not going to be able to get it. So the judgment is at the door, man. What you seeing in Venezuela and over in Europe, that's a small thing compared to when it comes to Babylon the Great. Because this place is everybody has a gun. Everybody has pistols. Verse 3 again, it says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, man, your elite of the society, your presidents, your mayors, all those high in stature here, they're gonna tremble, man, because you're gonna see no end of the tunnel, man. The future of this place is through, it's done. It says, and the strong man shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few. And those that look out of their windows be darkened, man. So they're gonna see no future here. And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of grinding is low, man. Nobody's working. Nobody has no reason to work because there's no money going to be made unless you take the MOTB. And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low, man. So all the fun and mirth is in Babylon the Great is going to be over with, man. Nobody's going to seek the party because it's going to be finished. You're not going to be able to have fun anymore, man. And you blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans had time to repent, man. And you didn't seek the Lord, and the Lord is going to judge you with the heathen, man. Let's get this. This is Jeremiah 9 and start at verse 17.
This is Jeremiah 9, verse 17. It says, thus saith Yahweh by Shem Yahushua of hosts, consider ye and call for the mourning women, that they may come, and send for cunning women, that they may come.
Mm-hmm.
And let them make haste, and take up a wailing for us,
crying,
that our eyes may run down with tears, and our eyelids gush out with waters.
Yep. It's going to be a lot of mourning here, man. Go ahead.
For a voice of wailing is heard out of Zion.
See that? Your children of Israel are going to be mourning, man. You're going to be crying, man. Go ahead.
How are we spoiled? We are greatly confounded.
See that? We didn't know what happened. Why these things happen to us? That's because you didn't repent, man. And the Lord turned his back on you. Go ahead.
Because we have forsaken the land, because our dwellings have cast us out.
Keep going.
Yet hear our word of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, O ye women.
Yep. See, hear the word of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, because a lot of women is going to be destroyed, man. And these men are going to be like women in that day because they didn't turn to the Lord. Go ahead.
And let your ear receive the word out of his mouth, and teach your daughters wailing, and every one of her neighbors' lamentations. For death is come up into our windows, and is entered into our palaces, to cut off the children from without, and the young men from the streets.
See, a lot of judgment is going to be given, man. And you're going to be put to death in the street in the time of Jacob's trouble. You blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans, man. We're warning you of what's coming to you. Go ahead.
Speak. Thus saith Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, even the carcasses of men shall fall as dung upon the open field.
See that? You're going to be like shit on the ground, man. In the open field, in the streets. And there's plenty of scriptures that tell you that you're going to be like that in Babylon the Great, man. Go ahead.
And as the handful after the harbistmen, and none shall gather them.
So you're not going to be buried. No more funerals, man. So when this sickness comes, they're gonna put their sickness out too, man. You got to understand that's coming as well. So when they put all these diseases and plagues out there, man, people are gonna be dying in the streets, man, and they're not gonna be buried. There's not gonna be any funeral arrangements. You're just gonna be out there in the streets, man. And this is a part of the judgment of the Lord. Go ahead.
Thus saith Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom, neither let the mighty man glory in his might. Let not the rich man glory in his riches, but let him that glorieth glory in this, that he understandeth and knoweth me.
See that? So that we're going to glory in the Lord, knowing that we had this truth, we had this knowledge, we had this understanding, man. Because in the last days, we was able to tap into the Spirit of the Lord, man. We understood what our mission was and how to get to the chariot, and we executed, man. We're glowing in the knowledge and understanding that we was blessed to have, man. That we seeked while the time the Lord was near to us. Go ahead.
That I am Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, which exercise loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness in the earth. For in these things I delight, saith Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
See, in these things we delight. In Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, knowing our power. Go ahead.
Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, that I will punish all them which are circumcised with the uncircumcised.
See that? Let's get this in another translation. Let's get this in the NLT. Because the Lord said he's going to punish the circumcised with the uncircumcised, and he's going to name the nations. Now get this in the NLT. It hits a little different, but it says the same exact thing. But you're going to understand that he's talking about you Israelites. Go ahead. 25 down to 26. New Living Translation.
A time is coming, saith Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, when I will punish all those that are circumcised in the body, but not in spirit.
Mm-hmm.
The Egyptians, Edomites, Ammonites,
Ammonites, Moabites,
the people who live in the desert and in remote places, and yes, even the people of Judah.
See that? Even the children of Israel, man. You Israelites, you blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans, you're going to be punished with these heathens, man. Go ahead.
And like all these pagan nations, the people of Israel also have circumcised hearts,
uncircumcised hearts. So you believe and think like these heathens do, man. You celebrate their pagan holidays, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween. You do all the things the heathen do. So the Lord says he's going to punish you with the uncircumcised in heart. So you didn't repent and return to the Lord. You thought on your own ways, man. So the Lord is going to judge you with the heathen, man. Let me get back to Revelations 18 because Babylon the Great is finished, man. The icing is on the cake. This is Revelations 18, and I'm going to start at verse 4. Let me get this in the King James Version. It says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. And that's what we bring these lessons out for you. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and power hath remembered her iniquities. See that? The Lord doesn't remember her sins, man. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. In the cup which she hath filled to her double. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. And this is what's all coming to Babylon the Great, man. This is the wrath of the Lord. This is the judgment of the Lord that's coming up on Babylon the Great, man. So much torment and sorrow give her, for she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. And that's the spirit of these people, man. They're showing you that this is Babylon the Great, man. The pride of this place, man. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death, mourning, and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is Yahweh Hashem Yahushua power that judgeth her, man. So one day is going to turn forever. And we're very close to that day turning in the time of Jacob's trouble, man. And we're at that point, man. There's no turning back. These people have this agenda put in place, and they're not going to stop until they execute their agenda, man. And we want them to do it because we know that the Lord is near, man. These things coming to pass, we know the Lord is very close. Let's get this in the NLT, man. I want to get this in the NLT. Psalms 28. And start at verse 1. Down to 6. Go ahead.
This is Psalms 28, in verse 1.
1, start at 1, down to 6.
It says, I pray to you, O Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, my rock. Do not turn a deaf ear to me. For if you are silent, I might as well give up and die.
See that? So we praying to the Lord, man. If the Lord is not on your side, you might as well give up and die. Because you're not going to be protected, man, from what's coming upon the earth. Go ahead.
Listen to my prayer for mercy as I cry out to you for help. As I lift my hands towards your holy sanctuary. Do not drag me away with the wicked.
So we don't want to be caught with the uncircumcised, man, in heart, like we just read. The children of Israel are going to be judged with these other nations, man, these heathens, man.
With those who do evil. Those who speak friendly words to their neighbors while planning evil in their hearts.
And that's Esau to the heart, man. Go ahead.
Give them the punishment that they so richly deserve.
See that? And we're praying for these heathen and our enemies to get the wrath of the Lord, man. The punishment that they deserve. Go ahead.
Measure it out in proportion to their wickedness.
Woo.
Pay them back for all their evil deeds.
See that? Pay them back for all the evil deeds, and that's coming to them.
Give them a taste of what they have done to others.
See, give them a taste of what they've done to others, man.
They care nothing for what Yahweh Shem Yahushua has done.
See, they do what? They have cared about nothing the Lord has done.
Or for what his hands have made.
See, or what the Lord's hands has made. So they don't care about the earth. They don't care about his people.
So he will tear them down, and they will never be rebuilt.
See that? So he's going to tear them down, and they're never going to be rebuilt, man. So they're never going to rule again. Go ahead.
Praise Yahweh Shem Yahushua, for he has heard my cry for mercy.
And that's what we're crying daily, man, to the Lord, man. They're not going to be built up again. This is their last hurrah, and they're finished. They're done. They're finished. They're done. They're not going to rise again, man. So we're patiently waiting the Lord's wrath upon them, man, and we see it coming. And we just don't want to be in the midst of it, man. We believe that the Lord will have mercy upon us, man, if we believe and have faith in him, man. This is Habakkuk 2, and I'm going to start at verse 4. Look at the proud, Slakia, look at the proud. They trust in themselves, and their lives are crooked. But the righteous will live by their faithfulness to power. And that's us, man. Wealth is treacherous, and the arrogant are never at rest. See that? We seek the Lord, man. We want our riches in heaven. We didn't seek the riches here. They opened their mouths as wide as the grave. And like death, they are never satisfied. See, these elite, they are never satisfied, man. In their greed, they have gathered up many nations and swallowed many peoples. But soon their captivity will taunt them. See that? They will go into slavery, man, hardcore bondage. They will mock them, saying, "What sorrow awaits you thieves, man?" So this is what's tormenting them at night, man. They're going into hardcore slavery, man. But they think that they can still establish their NWO, man. But soon their captivities will taunt them. See that? They're knowing they're going into slavery, man. It's in their ear every morning, man. They will mock them, saying, "What sorrow awaits you thieves?" See that? What sorrow awaits you thieves? Now you will get what you deserve. You become rich by extortion, but how much longer can this be? How much longer can this go on? Suddenly, your debtors will cash. Well, Slocky, let me slow down. Suddenly, your debtors will take action. They will turn on you and take all you have. And that's these other nations, man. They're going to turn on you. They will turn on you and take all you have while you stand trembling and helpless, man. So Babylon the Great is soon to be helpless, man. All the nations are going to turn on them, man. Because you have plundered many nations, Now all the survivors will plunder you. You committed murder throughout the countryside and filled towns with violence. What sorrow awaits you? Who builded big houses with money granted? What sorrow awaits you? Who build big houses with money gained dishonestly? You believe in your wealth will buy security, and that's what Babylon thinks, man. They have that away with this country in the world, and they're going to be able to escape the wrath of the Lord, man. Their security. You believe your wealth will buy security, putting your family's nest beyond the reach of danger. See that, and that's what they think we're over here in Babylon the Great. It can't be touched. But by the murderers you've committed, you have shamed your name and fortified and forfeited your lives. See that? So you forfeited your lives. The very stones in the walls cry out against you, and the beams in the ceilings echo the complaint. So, man, the Lord is finna do great judgment on Babylon the Great, man. And you 2/3, man, you finna suffer the wrath of these heathen, man. So we're gonna end it there. Lord willing was edifying, man. Shalom. Shalom.